Have you ever found yourself staring at a task you know you should be doing? But instead you're scrolling through your phone, watching random videos, or maybe reorganizing your desk for the 100th time. That's procrastination. And here's the truth. It's not just laziness. It's not that you don't care. It's something much deeper, something wired into how our brains work. Think about it. Our minds are naturally drawn to instant gratification. When you have the choice between watching a funny clip or writing a long report, your brain will almost always lean toward the clip. Why? Because it gives you an immediate hit of pleasure. Psychologists call this present bias. We value rewards that are available right now much more than those that come later. Add dopamine into the mix, the feel-good chemical released with every little distraction, and you've got a recipe for delay. Scrolling, snacking, checking notifications, all of these things reward us instantly. Meanwhile, finishing a big project? That reward is delayed, abstract, and hard to imagine in the moment. But procrastination isn't just about chasing pleasure. Sometimes it's about avoiding pain. There's the fear of failure. If you never start, you can't fail. There's also the fear of success, because what happens if you do well? Suddenly expectations rise, people notice, and the pressure grows. Then we have perfectionism, the belief that if something can't be done perfectly, it shouldn't be done at all. That mindset freezes you in place. Of course, imposter syndrome. That quiet voice telling you that you're not really good enough, that you're just faking it, and that if you try, people will finally see through you. All of these fears push us toward avoidance, and avoidance feels safer than risking failure or even risking success. Now let's talk about the way our thinking patterns trip us up. Psychologists call these cognitive distortions.
Nice.
Take the planning fallacy. We constantly underestimate how long things will take. We say, I'll get this done in an hour, and suddenly it's 5 hours later, and we're still not finished. That frustration makes us avoid the task even more. Then there's catastrophizing, turning small problems into giant disasters. Missing one deadline suddenly feels like your entire career is ruined, even though in reality, it's just a small setback. And then there's all or nothing thinking. If I can't finish the entire project perfectly right now, why bother even starting? These distorted thoughts make tasks feel bigger, scarier, and harder than they really are. Another piece of the puzzle is self-regulation, our ability to control impulses and stay on track. The thing is, willpower isn't unlimited. Psychologists call this ego depletion. Every time you resist checking your phone, make a tough decision, or hold back from distractions, you're spending willpower. By the end of the day, that resource is low, and procrastination becomes more likely. Add to that a messy environment, endless notifications, and unclear goals. And you've got the perfect storm for delay. When everything feels chaotic, avoidance starts to feel like the only option. So what do we do about it? The good news is that procrastination isn't permanent. It's not some fixed part of your personality. It can be managed, even reshaped. One of the best ways is to break tasks into smaller chunks. The Pomodoro Technique is famous for this. 25 minutes of focused work, followed by a 5-minute break. Suddenly, the massive project feels like a series of short sprints instead of a marathon. Another strategy is accountability. Tell a friend your deadline. Schedule check-ins. Use apps that block your favorite distracting websites. When someone else is watching, it's harder to back out. You can also practice self-compassion. Instead of beating yourself up for procrastinating, remind yourself that it's a common human struggle. Guilt only makes avoidance worse, but kindness helps you re-engage. Then there's environment design. Put your phone in another room. Clear your workspace. Create little rituals that signal it's time to focus, like opening a specific notebook or playing the same playlist. When your environment supports your goals, focus becomes easier. And don't forget about rewards. Set clear, specific goals and pair them with small, immediate rewards. Finish a draft, treat yourself to a coffee or a short walk. By linking effort with pleasure, you teach your brain that action feels good. At the end of the day, procrastination isn't about weakness. It's about being human. Our brains crave comfort, avoid pain, and often distort reality. But with awareness and practice, we can step out of the cycle. The next time you catch yourself delaying, pause and ask, am I avoiding this because it's truly impossible, or because my brain just wants comfort? That moment of awareness is powerful. From there, taking one small step forward creates momentum, and momentum leads to progress. Procrastination might never fully disappear, but by understanding the psychology behind it, we can stop seeing it as a personal flaw and start treating it as a challenge we can manage. It's not about becoming perfectly productive. It's about aligning your actions with your values, and making sure the future you're working toward feels worth starting today.